Hello everyone, Capn McMuffin here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. In the last episode, we took down Barba, and in this episode, we're going to move on and fight the 7th Colossus. Now, I should probably point out something. Right now, I really hate my recording software. Because sometimes it will decide that it doesn't want to record my voice and instead will record nothing. So this particular episode of Shadow of the Colossus is going to be done post-commentary, which is something I really haven't done before, but should be a new experience for me. Yes, I am just like every other human being in which I make mistakes. In fact, I make a lot of mistakes, that's for sure. But this should be something interesting as we traverse this landscape. I can focus more on what I'm saying rather than having to focus on the game and what I'm saying, which can be incredibly difficult. If you haven't done so yourself, then try it out and see how well you fare. Because before I started doing this, I thought it would be easy, but it's a lot harder than you would think to expect. I find myself, while I'm commentating, to think I'm saying the same things over and over and over again. But it's all part of experience. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from what you've done in the past and apply it to doing things right in the future. So, this particular Colossus is quite far away, and in order to get to the lake that we're going towards, it's going to take a lot of work because it's very hard to distinguish what way is correct. In fact, this particular recording right here is the third recording that I had to do. I got lost twice. The first time I ended up by Gaius's stage, and the second time I got so turned around I thought I was going the correct way, and then realized I wasn't, and then realized I was the first place. So I decided to scrap both of those recordings. And the reason I've done that, normally, in any other case besides this one, I would keep that recording and probably just cut to a different spot where I've figured myself out. But this is not that case. This particular Let's Play that I'm doing, I want to be good. Quality work, in which I go out, I fight each Colossus, I defeat them, we move on, and I talk. We just go on from there. I want this particular Let's Play to be different from the other ones, in which the normal casual fail, or sometimes blatant fail, of my gameplay is often humorous, and a little bit sad, I'll admit that. But this one, I want to be based solely on the experience and the atmosphere and the emotion of this game, because this game is so good and so great just in every way, I have to say. Maybe that's giving it too much credit, but I find it to be one of the best games out there, for sure. So, I want to respect that, and as such, I want to make it a little bit more serious. So we've made it here, gone through a dark canyon, and I'm trying to figure out which way is the correct way, because this was the place in particular that I got stuck at. So I'm really just walking around trying to figure out what's going on here. I know it has something to do with this place. Also, here I was looking for lizards, because there just happened to be one here. this particular lizard, actually there might be a couple of them, are really tricky to get to because they crawl really fast all over the place. And I missed. That's unfortunate. And there it goes. I tried to hit it again, but I think I miss again. Yeah. One of those columns was in the way, so I couldn't really hit it. And I've realized that all of the lizards that I've been going after, they really haven't given me any grab. It's only the lizards with the white tails, and I apologize for that problem that I didn't realize until it was too late. So, it's the white-tailed lizards that will give you grab. The other ones are just regular lizards and won't do anything, because you'd know if you'd gotten some grab by the grab meter lighting up, and there would be a sound telling you that. But I didn't seem to realize that. I thought that all the lizards would give you grab, but apparently that's not the case. So we're moving on, and I believe here is where I start doing a little bit of backtracking, trying to see which way is the correct one, because since we're in darkness, the light won't show us the way very easily. I'm trying my hardest to see if the bands of light are actually visible, but it's very hard to see because there's no light and there's no way to find our path. So what I pretty much do here is I go down one path and see if it's the right one, and if not, I backtrack, keeping full in mind of which direction I've come and which way I haven't gone just yet. So we're gonna go down this little canyon and see if if this is the correct way. See where it ends up. You can see that the Shrine of Worship is there in the background, which I think is a giveaway that we're not in the right place, and since I realized that, I decided to move around and travel the next direction. So we'll go back to that little intersection that we saw earlier, and I'll try a different one. So now we're back here, and I'm remembering that I came in from the left, so we have to go to the right now. See if that way will bring us the right direction. I don't quite remember. I recorded this yesterday, and I think I recorded it 2 days ago. So, just goes to show, I don't have the best memory of anyone out there. In fact, I have to admit, my memory is very poor. I'll forget a lot of things, which may be a fault for me, but I try to find strength in it. That's what you have to do when you have faults in your person. You just have to look at those and make them your strengths. So, we're definitely on the right track now. We're making our way through this very old ruin. I wonder what was here in the first place. It looks like there were a lot of walls. Maybe there was a castle here. It's anyone's guess as to what it might represent. But now, we found ourselves at another lake. And this lake will contain the 7th Colossus. So I'll travel here by horse just a little bit further until I realize there's nowhere else to go, and I just jump right in. And that bar shows up, which lets you know you're in the right place. And now the 7th Colossus is revealed to us. That is Colossus number 7. Her name is Hydra. So, in order to defeat Hydra, what you have to do is follow it around very closely, and you just have to wait. Once she appears over the water surface, that's when you can advance and grab onto her tail. Once you've done that, then you can start advancing to those electrical posts there on her back. And I'll get to that in a second. Right now, all I have to do is just watch. I have to keep a steady eye on her and never let myself be out of her sight. So she'll just keep swimming and swimming, but eventually she'll surface, like so. And as you can see, she's just slightly coming up over the water, so I'm trying to line myself up with her as her tail comes up over the water. There she comes around again, and I'm pretty much lined up, so I'm just going to wait right where I am. Try to reach her tail. And there we go. Now we're on. What's difficult about this particular fight is that she'll be underwater very often, and you can only take the time while you're above water to really start climbing, because she's moving too fast through the water for you to move very far. Once she goes right under the water, I have to grab on again and wait. But anyway, I'm going to advance to these little electric things. They give off a huge pulse of energy, and as you can see, I'm taking a lot of damage, a substantial amount of damage from them. So I have to quickly stab right below the stalk and disable it. And once I've done that, I'll move on to the next one. But it can be very difficult to reach these because the electricity will sometimes hit you. You'll be stunned for a second. You won't be able to do anything. So I have to make my way over there quickly and stab. I just barely got that in before Hydra went back under the water. And now we're going to advance to the third one, the third and final stalk. Gotta grab on when you're underwater. Come on, Wander, hold on. But he's very quickly losing his grip. I tried to hope that I would be able to make it, but unfortunately I had to let go because I was out of grab. And since your grab and your breath underwater are pretty much the same thing, I believe that means that it will go down twice as fast. So what I'll have to do is wait again for a Hydra to come up close enough to the water where I can grab on. I just have to keep watching. And she'll make that sound, which means she's coming up. But I believe this first time, when she passes, the camera doesn't want to cooperate with me because I'm right over her. I'm gonna get a little bit disoriented. See, now she's out of my scope. So she'll just pass right over before it's too late. Here goes the tail, and I'm nowhere near. So I'll have to try again, it seems. That's alright. Hydra's weight is just sitting about, wandering, not really giving too much interest in us. And because this is just a video game, she'll take as long as she wants. And anyway, where's she going to go? She's in a lake. Eventually we'll catch up to her, right? But no, here she comes back up out of the water. And this time I'm ready for her. The camera doesn't want to cooperate again, but I'm pretty sure I get lined up enough that I can grab on. Oh, nope. It seems like that's not the case. And in that case, it'll definitely be the next go-around. it's really hard trying to line yourself up because despite her size, she is very thin, and as such, it can be hard to line up under the water with where you are. So now she's going to come up again, and this time for real, I'll definitely be ready for her. I'll have to make quite a distance of a journey to get over to that third stalk, because the only way you can grab on is from her tail, because that's the only thing that'll rise out of the water. And I just barely grab on. So as she goes under the water again, I'll grab a hold, and this time I'm gonna run as fast as I can once she gets out of the water and just get going. But I have to hold on again. That space of time wasn't very long. I don't know why, but I'm reminded, Hydra's body reminds me of like some big moving planet of a carpet. You know, like, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it's as if Hydra is a planet and I'm just walking along the path trying to get to where I'm going. So I've passed the first stalk and I'm about to pass the second. Oh no, this is the first one. And then I'm about to pass the second. I almost fall off again because of the angle of Hydra's body. But now we're going off to the third stalk, and this time I'm definitely going to get it. So let's do this. Grab a hold. I get shocked a little bit more, but I'm unfazed mostly. And right as she goes underwater, I'm able to stab that stalk. So now the sigil appears, and she's going to start flailing underwater and above water. We have to stay strong. And what really annoyed me is how, right as I'm about to stab, then she goes underwater again. Like that. It happens like 2 or 3 times. It's really annoying, but let's keep stabbing. There we go. I was tapping X so rapidly I didn't have a chance to charge it. But that was a substantial hit right there. Let's do it again. Now that was an even closer hit. Right as she went under the water, I was still able to make that stab. And one more should do it. There we go. Hydra has gone down. And she sinks ever so slowly to the bottom of the lake, never to re-emerge. And once again, the tendrils are going to seep out of the Colossus. And eventually, no matter how far we run or swim, or in this case, will we be able to outrun those tendrils. And you'll see, they kind of come out of nowhere. How frightening must that be? You could hear some more whispers of mono. From out beyond the ether, wherever she may be. And now there are 7 shadows. And with that, Colossus number 7's idol crumbles.